If you want to score Band 7+ in IELTS speaking, it's essential to know advanced sentence patterns to show the IELTS speaking examiner your range of vocabulary. In this video, you'll learn 20 high-scoring sentence patterns you must know for the speaking exam. If you want to prepare well for the IELTS, check out our IELTS materials. They include IELTS courses, templates, sample answers, practice tests, and much more to help you get the IELTS score you need. The link is in the description below. And now, let's get started. First off, we're going to have a look at some of the most common sentences you can use to express your opinions. The phrase, "as far as I'm concerned," is a fantastic opinion phrase that is a good opportunity to show off more advanced language in English. Let's take a look at an example. As far as I'm concerned, social media has both positive and negative impacts on mental health, depending on how it's used. You can also use "I hold the view that." This one is slightly more formal, but works well to express an opinion in an advanced way. I hold the view that schools should focus more on practical life skills rather than just academic subjects. The phrase "in my opinion" is a simple way of clearly stating your opinion. Let's see an example. In my opinion, the best way to learn a language is through immersion because it forces you to use it in real-life situations. You can put the phrase in the middle of a sentence too. For instance, the best way to learn a language is through immersion, in my opinion, because it forces you to use it in real-life situations. Another great opinion phrase is "from my point of view." This is another clear way of showing the examiner that you are about to express your opinion on something. For example, "from my point of view, online learning is just as effective as traditional classroom learning." Now, let's explore some typical phrases that can be used when you're not sure about an answer or idea. The first of these phrases is "I'm not sure about that." This phrase is great to clearly indicate that you are uncertain about something. "I'm not sure about that, but I think the cost of living in big cities is generally higher than in rural areas." Another way to indicate that you're not sure about something is by using the phrase "I haven't thought about that before." Check this out. I haven't thought about that before, but if I had to guess, I'd say that AI will have a huge impact on jobs in the future. An alternative to the previous phrase is "I've never given that much thought." Let's have a look at an example. "I've never given that much thought, but I suppose cultural traditions play a big role in shaping our identities." Last but not least, you can also use the advanced phrase "let me gather my thoughts" when you are not sure about something and need a few seconds to think. For instance, "let me gather my thoughts for a moment." "Oh yes, I believe technology has its upsides and downsides for various reasons." By the way, if you want this channel to keep going, write yes in the comments, click like, and subscribe. We only make videos if we see that you enjoy watching them. Next up, let's see some useful sentences that come in handy when you want to compare or contrast ideas. If you may want to express some similar ideas or examples, you can use the phrase "this is similar to." For instance, many people prefer working from home now for the sake of convenience. This is similar to people who enjoy online shopping instead of visiting physical stores. Here, I am comparing working from home to online shopping, as they are both more convenient options for many people. A really common way of referring to two contrasting ideas is by using the phrase "on the one hand" to introduce one point, then on the other hand to introduce the opposing idea. Take a look at this sentence. On the one hand, studying abroad gives you the chance to meet people from different cultures, but on the other hand, it can be quite expensive. A more advanced way to compare two things is with the phrase "despite their similarities." For example, despite their similarities, coffee and energy drinks affect people differently in terms of concentration and alertness. Here, I'm saying that although the two drinks have some similarities, there are also differences in how they affect people. If you want to take your comparisons up to the next level, you can use the excellent phrase, "There is a significant distinction between." This is a great way to show your advanced vocabulary to the IELTS speaking examiner. Let's see an example. There is a significant distinction between learning a language for fun and mastering it for professional purposes. Another common thing you need to express in the IELTS speaking test is whether you agree or disagree with something. The most straightforward way to express agreement or disagreement is by using the verb phrase "I agree with" or "I disagree with." For example, I agree with the idea that a healthy diet plays a vital role in maintaining mental well-being. If you want to show strong agreement in the IELTS speaking exam, you can use the phrase "I couldn't agree more." For instance, you can say, "I couldn't agree more that exercise is essential for both physical and mental health." The next phrase is used very often in natural speech. That's a good point. Let's see an example of that. Some people believe that talent is the most important factor in success. What's your opinion? That's a good point, but I'd like to add that self-discipline is key to success in any field. You may want to say that you disagree with something in a less direct way. In this case, you can use the phrase, "I'm not entirely convinced that." For example, "I'm not entirely convinced that working long hours leads to higher productivity. Sometimes it just leads to burnout." If you are not entirely sure about something, you can use the phrase "it's possible that" to speculate about something. For example, it's possible that in the next few years, remote work will become the norm rather than the exception. In the IELTS speaking exam, you also need to give examples to support your ideas. Of course, you can use "for example," but there are many other advanced phrases you can use instead to show the IELTS speaking examiner your range of vocabulary. A more elaborate version of "for example" is, "A good example of this is." Check this out. Recently, people have become more environmentally conscious. A good example of this is the fact that electric cars are becoming more popular nowadays. Another amazing way of giving an example is by using the word "take" before the example itself, then saying "for example" afterwards. This phrase is used a lot in natural speech. Have a look at this. While technological advancements come with many benefits, they also come with certain challenges. Take social media, for example. It has revolutionized how we communicate, but it also has drawbacks like spreading misinformation. Further, you can also say, "A case in point is, this is so advanced and will really impress the IELTS speaking examiner." Check this out. Many businesses are changing traditional work schedules to improve employee well-being. A case in point is the increasing number of companies switching to a 4-day work week. That's it! That's 20 high-scoring sentence patterns you need to know for scoring Band 7+ in IELTS speaking. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their IELTS score too. See you in the next video!